Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalika and you're gonna be nicer to tech support after watching this video. Your employee lied to you. We received the ticket Monday at 9:10. At 9:11, we responded with troubleshooting steps. When they didn't work, the user called me at 9:15. I walked her through some more and none of them worked. Since the branch she was at was a 10-minute drive, I told her I would need to send a tech and she would be out there in just a few minutes. 9:30. 20 minutes after the ticket was put in, the user's immediate boss called me and said that her employee was down and we weren't doing anything to help her. I told her that yes we were. We did some troubleshooting and it didn't work, so I'm sending a tech out there. She's walking out the door now and she should be there in the next 15 minutes. At 9:40, the branch manager calls me and says that she has a teller who hasn't been able to work for 40 minutes and she was told we aren't doing anything to help. I told her that yes, we are doing something. We troubleshot the basics and when that didn't work, I sent a tech out there who should be arriving in the next 5 minutes. Then she asked me why her employees weren't told that. I mentioned that not only was the original teller told, but so was the head teller, but she responded that they said we told them nothing. I told her they were told and we record all our calls so I can send her the recordings. I guess she thought I was lying, so I sent her the recording with the title that she was misinformed. Also, the ticket had been updated each time. The problem was fixed 3 minutes after the tech walked in the door. Turns out neither the teller nor the head teller knew how to turn off a computer that was frozen. Troubleshooting steps included turning the computer off via the power button. They turned the monitor off instead. When I tried to get them to unplug to get it to turn off, you guessed it, they unplugged the monitor. They both said they thought that was the computer and I never mentioned unplugging the modem. That's true. I never said the word modem. I said computer. Oh, that was painful. IT guy claims it was our mistake, didn't hang up the phone properly. Posted on a mobile and quite long. I worked on a technical support help desk for an ISP that did broadband. We used to send these rubbish modems with a single Ethernet socket designed to be connected to a switch. We had a problem customer who kept reporting theirs had died and we sent out new ones. They were cheap and we didn't really care about sending new ones out. So the customer's IT guy calls in saying the modem wasn't working correctly. It turns out he had connected modem into modem into modem using RJ11 modem cables and thought he could run his business network off it. Trying not to laugh, I told him the hardware doesn't work like this and told him what to buy. The guy thanks me and hangs up, but doesn't hang up correctly so the call is still connected. I hear him walk away from the phone and say to his boss, they made a mistake and they're gonna fix it. This annoyed me because I was proud of my work. I rang back and asked through reception to talk to his boss. I said, I just spoke to your employee regarding your networking problems. He didn't hang up the phone properly, so I heard his conversation with you. I want to clarify, we have made no mistake. Your employee is trying to use the hardware incorrectly and he lied to you. The guy thanked me for telling him and we ended the call. A few weeks later, their new IT guy called. The old guy had been fired. I'm willing to bet he didn't get fired over this one thing. If someone is so comfortable passing the blame off to other people, then it was probably about time he got called out on it. They're on to me. I started as a sysadmin at a bank beginning in September. I don't really know their systems yet, and as I'm kind of getting my bearings and learning the core applications, before a big, massive conversion, I decided to learn the people. There's one department that runs all day, every day, helping customers with their various bull. They're nice and competent at their jobs, but I'd never call any of them savvy tech users. I made it my personal mission to make every frickin' inch of their tech lives as smooth as possible before the conversion. This story is about them. When I noticed what they do and how much there is, I felt kinda sad for them. One lady, let's call her C, has bad vision relating to a surgery or something. I noticed her squinting a lot and mentioned it briefly. She just said that it seemed like her monitor was going out and so she had to squint sometimes. I ran down to the local BB box store tech warehouse emporium of Suck My Money and got her a couple of monitors. Large monitors with great resolution. When she came back from lunch I had them all installed, along with overhead lights programmed to come on dimmer than the sunshine brightness she was used to. Next door, H has a bad shoulder. When her phone rings, Cisco pops up on her monitor and she can answer it easily, but she wasn't getting the same love from the shared line. I overcame my fear of Cisco Call Manager and fixed that. I'm embarrassed to admit that it took me almost 2 hours. She doesn't have to reach anymore. I never mentioned it to her. I've set up fingerprint scanners with toe prints for people who can't use their fingerprints, removed pencil lead from a clicky printer, set up ergonomic keyboard and mouse combos, and random other crap, all under the assumption that I was going mostly unnoticed. I was feeling really good about the server I'd ordered, and a meeting about a new phone system that went really well, cause frick H323. And just kind of having a good day, when the doorbell rang. I almost never answer, and today was no exception. When my admin guy came and said that there was a delivery for me that required my signature, I was confused. During the time I was signing for a package, flowers but from a mystery someone, they snuck to my office and gave me a cheesecake surprise, a gift card for coffee I don't like, and a card that said, "We're on to you." They told me how they had noticed all the things I've been doing in stealth mode and how appreciated it was. Never in my years of IT has anyone ever shown appreciation for what I do. Wow, some days are good. Sorry for the ramble, I'm just a little in shock. You cut what? So this didn't happen to me, but rather a co-worker at the time. I'm going to tell it the best I can. My co-worker and I worked on a help desk for Tier 1 troubleshooting at a financial institution. We only took calls for internal clients and the actual stores around the country. We did internet troubleshooting, printers, phones, and DSL lines, so we always had the usual, the computer doesn't work, when it was really off. Now on to the main event. My co-worker got a call from a centre stating that their internet is down. He pings the router and all is good. However, he's unable to ping any of the computers. He gets them set up on the backup dial-up. The store calls him back on their cell phone. He continues to work on finding the reason for the outage. After about an hour of troubleshooting, they decided to start again the next day. The next day arrives and he continues to troubleshoot the issue. Eventually, he had the store trace the wire from the router to the switch and ensure they're plugged in properly. Connections on both ends are good. Well, that's a no-go. He's asking some questions and finally the store said the following. Recently we did some renovations and there was a blue cable going across the top of the door and we cut it so we could paint the wall. You could hear my co-worker's soul just break. He put them on hold and took off his headset and looked defeated. After a minute, he got back on the phone and asked them why they just cut random cables. They responded that they didn't think it was important. Eventually, we ended up getting a technician dispatched to the location to fix the issue. Moral of the story? Don't cut random cables. Oh god, I felt that one a bit. That was probably like a day and a half of work trying to fix the issue, just because the store were being complete idiots. How my mother became the unicorn of unicorns. My mother is a lot of things, but certainly not tech savvy in any shape or form. She is, however, a regional manager for big health-related service in our country that enjoyed monopoly at the time. Upper management, so only about 2 levels of people above her, is very concerned with how things look. Numbers had to look good, and as their agents had to visit the homes of people, they wanted to look modern tech-wise. So the head honchos decided they wanted tablets. Mind you, this was more than 20 years ago, and tablets were largely unheard of and for good reasons. So my mother, being informed that there would be a vote on implementing these new devices, vote as in the upper management tells you that you think they're better than laptops, she went to her regional IT. There she found the head of IT and asked him what he thought of these newfangled devices. I assume he took a deep breath, sat down with her and explained the various shortcomings. At this point, from battery life to not having a keyboard for a job that required fast typing, and how each and every form would have to be reworked in a manner he didn't consider doable in the software frame they used. The meeting came, and she was handed a thing to sign that said she would prefer tablets over laptops, and she stopped the meeting. Laid out the various shortcomings as explained to her. No surprise, nobody at IT had been consulted otherwise about these shiny new toys, and that therefore she would not sign this. Neither did enough of her colleagues that the whole thing fell through. She told me the stellar IT support she received after was well worth being on her boss's crap list. Okay, so that's all for r/TalesFromTechSupport. I really hope you did enjoy it. As always, if you do want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe. My Twitter, Discord and Patreon links are in the description, and any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!